Are we ready? Yes, I think we are. Alright, now you're watching Political Point Magazine. Where the right is right and the left, well, the left is always on the wrong side of history. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories. What's the new strategy, President Obama, to defeat ISIS? Well, Susan Rice lays out the case. And Brian Williams, longtime anchor of NBC News, is a big fat liar. Oh, this is telling of the network now. And he's forced to step down and resign from his anchor spot there. And Obama offends Christians at the National Prayer Breakfast as controversy sparks over remarks that he made. And Romney drops out of the race, clearing the way for a fresher face in the GOP 2016 race for president. And we will talk about all this and more with you, the viewers, when we take it to the phones on tonight. And I am your host, William Mitro. Alright, my friends. Yes, lots of stuff happening in the news here. Alright, now. Well. Now, if ever there was a big controversy over things that are going on here, now, the President of the United States is trying to avoid conflicts, but he's not succeeding because there is a situation here, okay, where, okay, in Jordan, okay, in Jordan, okay, right here, this woman right here is an aid worker, and she has been killed by ISIS. Although ISIS claims it's from Jordanian air fire, and the Jordanians don't believe that right at the moment here. Okay, but anyhow, we have been wondering what is the awesome strategy coming from the Obama administration here. Okay, and we have been wondering this. All right, and because they have been failing to address the issue here, okay, as it appears to be from the threat of ISIS. All right, because ISIS has now claimed several lives. They have raped women and murdered children, murdered Christians, and everything else. And they have chopped off the heads of journalists and whatnot. But the strategy appears to be that the Obama administration doesn't have really a strategy to defeat our enemy here because of the fact that they even refuse to label what the enemy is. This is radical Islam that we're dealing with, okay? And to them, it's an ideal, all right? To them, it's an ideal, right? And they just don't seem to get it, okay? Now, according to a State Department official, okay, who was questioned on several fronts here. All right, take a listen to here. Okay, take a listen to here.
Confirm those reports in any way.
Do you know?
People are looking into them, but cannot confirm them.
Mute.
All right. Well, anyhow, but anyhow, let's all of this aside here. There's violence spreading all over the world and whatnot. But but here's the catcher here. All right, Susan Rice just went to the Brookings Institute and laid out the supposed strategy of the president's foreign policy to defeat ISIS. All right. So this is Susan Rice, right here, talking about the strategy. All right, at the Brookings Institute. Take a listen. All right.
Downplaying.
All right. Take a look.
While the dangers we face may be more numerous and varied, they are not of the existential nature we confronted during World War II or during the Cold War. We cannot afford to be buffeted by alarmism and a nearly instantaneous news cycle. As Al-Qaeda core has been decimated, we've seen the diffusion of the threat to Al-Qaeda affiliates, ISIL, local militia, and homegrown violent extremists. This diffusion may, for now, reduce the risk of a spectacular attack like 9/11, but it raises the probability of the types of attacks that we have seen in Boston and Ottawa, Sydney, and Paris. We will always act to defend our country and its people, but we aim to avoid sending many thousands of ground forces into combat in hostile lands.
Well, now, again, the strategy there is very, very vague. All right, and they released a over 20-some page document of laying out their case of how they're gonna defeat this enemy, right? And it's very vague, and as Susan Rice just said, that they're not gonna send ground troops out to defeat this enemy, and yet they don't even know. They don't even enforce who the enemy is. You know, it's radical Islam, Islamic extremists that we're dealing with here. But they do not want to even mention that, and they're doubling down on the threat.